What's up YouTube, Biz Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about a potential new city, new state that may require you all to hold a license in order to wholesale real estate. Regulations are coming across America. I have tons of videos about different cities and states that require some sort of regulation in order to wholesale real estate and how I see this trend happening across America. And now we have this new city thinking about either requiring people to hold a license or some sort of regulation around wholesaling real estate. So in today's video, we're going to break down this article about this specific city. I'm just going to share my opinion about this article, what I see happening in this city and just in different cities around America, and different things that you can do to prepare and different things that you can do in order to stand out from all the other wholesalers, to be a good wholesaler, not to be one of the few bad apples in this industry. So if you all find value from this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and comment down below. All right, you all, let's head right into the article. So this city that we're talking about is Kansas City, Missouri. Specifically, they talked about some areas, I guess some poorer areas, where people, they felt like, a lot of realtors felt like people were getting taken advantage of for the equity of their house when they weren't really educated about how much appreciation actually happened on their property and around their area. So let's just break down this article. It's a kind of a long article, but we'll run through it pretty fast. So this starts off by talking about a realtor who's been in the industry for over 30 years. And he basically says that wholesalers, he says, they're practicing real estate without a license. It's like putting your toe right up to the line of illegal transactions. So this veteran realtor, most likely you know their opinion of wholesaling. Some of them are, they're just stuck in their ways and they think that all wholesalers are doing things illegally. They think that what they're doing is being a broker and they're trying to buy and sell properties without a license, which is not true. So that's how this article starts off and how it sets up the rest of the article. But I actually like this article because it has different opinions from wholesalers, from other realtors who actually wholesale also. Let's just continue on. So this realtor and this other agent said that the state should do more to regulate real estate wholesalers who often target poorer neighborhoods as they hunt for properties they can flip for a profit. In many cases, wholesalers don't actually buy homes. They get them under contract and sell the contract to another investor for a profit. Yes, that's what we do, but I don't think that they specifically target poorer areas. We target areas that we know our cash buyers are buying in. Sometimes a lot of investors are not buying in poor areas, right? They're buying in B or A class areas where the properties and the crime is pretty low in that area. But yeah, let's just continue on. Then they start talking about the different regulations that's been happening around the country. And so they talked about how on November 1st, Oklahoma began requiring that real estate wholesalers be licensed like realtors. And I have a whole video about Oklahoma requires you to hold a license in order to wholesale real estate. I made that video on November 1st when the law came effective. And then they start talking about the other cities that I talked about before. And I have a video talking about all the regulations and licensing across America, the different cities that require either a license or some sort of regulations regarding wholesaling real estate. So they talk about Atlanta, they talk about Philadelphia, and in Philadelphia, the councilman talks about wholesalers, and they said that we felt that homeowners who sold these homes didn't understand the value of their homes and the wealth, which was really theirs, which was taken from their families. We knew that wasn't right. So they talked to a councilman from Philadelphia, and he was saying that about their regulation, because in the city of Philadelphia, I believe they do require wholesalers to hold a license. But actually, this councilman in Philadelphia says that most wholesalers do a good job there, but a few were taking advantage of residents. And so that's why they had to, implement a new law. And they were talking about how they would be happy to actually share this information and how they regulated this to Kansas City. Another thing they talked about was like the property values increasing in these areas where people are trying to buy homes. Like wholesalers, they would get in there, get a property under contract, and sometimes they would list it for so much more money, and that would drive up the prices of homes around that area, making it more difficult for regular Joes to buy properties around that area. And so they actually bring up that aspect. And I never really heard someone bring that argument to the table that, hey, wholesalers are actually driving up property values also. And that's different. And that is a very interesting thought to have, that we probably affect, housing values. And to certain degrees, I think if some wholesalers are wholesaling, basically getting a property, buying it, doing nothing to it, and putting it right back on the MLS for a higher price, I can see that, affecting the housing values. But if we're just doing regular contracts where we're making 15 to 20 grand, I don't see how housing values will be affected, because it doesn't even show that the house was sold for 20K that we made off of the deal. I guess the cash buyer eventually bought it for the original contract price. So that's an interesting argument. I haven't really heard from people going against wholesaling or pushing forward for regulation regarding wholesale real estate. Then the article starts talking about the laws, like, will this law happen in Kansas City, Missouri? And earlier this year in 2021, they stated that they pushed a bill that would have required wholesalers to face the same licensure requirements as real estate agents, but it didn't pass. I wonder why it didn't pass. I think there were different maybe legislators that were wholesaling, or even agents that didn't see it as a big deal, or that the people actually, I guess the bad wholesalers were actually not as much as they thought. Because I think that's the thing with agents and brokers. They think that most wholesalers are taking advantage of homeowners. That's not the case. It's only the few. It's only the minority that actually do those predatory practices to homeowners. Another thing they talk about, I'm just going to quote here, it says that wholesalers market their businesses like agents, and they market homes they have under contract on Facebook sites, email, list servers, and with investors they know. So one of their arguments, I guess, against wholesalers and requiring them to have license is that, yes, they put their property under contract, but they're still advertising these properties like agents. Like, yeah, when I put a property under contract, I need to find a buyer, I text an investor, or I send an email, or I put it on Facebook Marketplace. Similar to agents, they do all those same things. But as wholesalers, we argue that we're marketing specifically the contract. We're never marketing the house itself. Now the article started talking about recent regulations across the country, and they actually have quotes from Jerry Norton. One of Jerry Norton's videos, he talks about regulations coming to America. Here they actually quote Jerry Norton, and Jerry Norton said he rejects the idea that wholesalers are taking advantage of sellers. Most of the homes they purchase, he said, are unfit for the retail marketplace because of their condition. What an insult to humanity to think that a seller is so incapable of making decisions for himself. If the seller is smart enough to buy a property, he's smart enough to sell a property. And if he thinks he can get more for his house, he will. It's asinine to think that a wholesaler forces or coerces a homeowner to sell against his will. No one is putting a gun to the seller's head and saying, sell me your property at 50% of its current value or less. So I'm glad they had this quote and, another wholesaler in this field, in this article, just to state what we as wholesalers are going through. And I'm glad that Jerry Norton said that, hey, people are making decisions. People are in their right mind. Like, people do their own research. Let's believe in humanity that they're actually doing it. It's just that the properties that we're dealing with are not supposed to be sold at market value, right? They need repair. You can't sell them at full market value if the roof is collapsing or if it needs new flooring and different things like that. That's all that Jerry Norton is saying. That's what we as wholesalers are saying too. Yeah, it seems like we're buying your properties at 50%. It's because it's worth 50% of market value. So I'm so glad they had a fellow wholesaler to represent us the right way in this article. All right, so now they had another quote from a licensed broker, and I thought this was very interesting that they included her in this article. And she says that, I'd say probably half are legitimate buyers and the other half of people took a seminar last week. So basically talking about wholesalers, like, yeah, there are some legitimate wholesalers, buyers, and then There's some people that just took a class or probably just saw a YouTube video that's trying to wholesale properties. And then the article continues. It says when she wholesales a house, so this broker actually wholesale houses too, which is interesting. And I'm glad they have different points of views. They had the veteran wholesaler that said that. They had the veteran real estate agent that said that wholesaling should be regulated, that wholesalers should hold a license like agents. And then they have agents and brokers that says, hey, you know, I wholesale too. This is where I'm coming from. So she says when she wholesales a house, Tucker says she's upfront to sellers about what she is doing and what her plans are for the property. That ensures the seller isn't surprised to see the house land in someone else's hand on the market in a matter of weeks. But she knows many others do not disclose their plans or let deals fall apart at the last minute because they can't find another investor who wants to buy. Still, she worries too much local regulation could lead more metro investors to dump their properties to large investors like out-of-state conglomerates. She talks about, hey, you know, I'm super upfront with my sellers. I let them know, hey, I plan on flipping this property. You may see this property on the MLS probably next week. You may see another partner or another investor at the closing table and different things like that. And she understands that there are people that don't disclose that information and let deals fall apart because they can't find an investor. I'm so glad they had this point of view, a real estate broker who brokers deals and also wholesales real estate, but does it the right way and tells people how to do it the right way and lets people know, yeah, not all of us wholesalers do it the bad way. And she also talks about how this regulation may lead to wholesalers or people just giving it off to big hedge funds, and that may mess up the whole community vibe of Kansas City. Like, you want people in your city to actually own the properties. You don't want like freaking a hedge fund in New York City owning all your houses in Kansas City. Like, you want your residents to own your properties also. And so another point of view from this article that I want to talk about is from, I think that this is another local real estate broker who works with investors, and he sometimes wholesales and works with wholesalers also. And I think something that we need to consider as wholesalers is, he talked about what we do as wholesaling. So he said that here in this article, he said the first and most important thing licensed agents learn in real estate courses is their moral, legal, and fiduciary duties to the buyers and sellers they represent. And unlicensed wholesalers had none of these obligations, he said. I think that is a very important point to make, that as agents, they're licensed and they have to do what's best for the seller no matter what. And us as wholesalers, we don't legally have that responsibility. Yes, I tell you all to do what's best for the seller, let them know, hey, you can get more if you list this property if you want to. But not all wholesalers do that. Some wholesalers, they keep their mouth shut about the equity and how a seller can actually make more money if they list the property as opposed to going with a cash deal with them. And so I think that's a very important point to make. Like, legally, we're not under those same laws as agents, so we don't have to do that. So with that, in this industry, people can take advantage of that. It's just a reminder for us as wholesalers to remember, hey, do what's best for the seller. Even though we're not obligated to do so, let's do what's best for the seller and see how much we can help them. Just concentrate on helping them. You'll make money, all right? Don't worry about that. Just do what's best for them. And yeah, that's essentially the article. At the end, that same broker started talking about like if requirements will actually make a difference. You know, he said he isn't against licensure requirements for wholesaling, but he's not convinced it will filter out all the bad actors in the industry either. It's like Chicago outlawing guns. Well, how many guns are in Chicago? A bajillion. He said there will still be somebody getting screwed by somebody somewhere, but hopefully not as bad. So just to end off this article, this broker is just talking about, hey, yeah, we can have licensing, but will that actually make a difference? Will people actually stop taking advantage of homeowners? And his point is maybe just not as much, but it's still going to happen. That's the thing with licensing and requirements. Like, we can still wholesale, we can still do different things. I mean, even agents who are under these licensing, they probably take advantage, they do corrupt things in their industry also. I just think that there will always be a few bad actors in every industry. But yeah, just Kansas City, Missouri, that may be the new city that may require wholesalers to hold a license. If you're in that state, in that city, please let me know what you all think about this new regulation or possible new requirement forcing you all to have a license in order to wholesale real estate. All right, you all, let me know what you all think. I hope you all have a great Christmas, and be sure to like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.